Hello, welcome. I'm Diana Hoff with Mountain West IRA. And last time we talked about the basics of prohibited transactions. And I had lots of questions come in about understanding exactly who qualifies as a disqualified person after that video. So we'll be going a little more in depth on that. Today, we're talking about one of the least exciting but most important topics in the self-directed IRA world, or actually in the IRA world, because it matters whether you're self-directing or if you have a brokerage IRA or if you even have an IRA at the bank. So disqualified persons matter. Now, disqualified persons, it sounds like someone just broke a rule and got escorted out of the building. But in reality, disqualified person rules exist to protect your retirement account and preserve its tax advantage status. So if you're investing with a self-directed IRA or thinking about it, understanding who is considered a disqualified person can help you avoid very costly mistakes. Okay, let's start with the biggie. You, the IRA owner. That is obviously the most disqualified person, you. If you own the IRA, you are automatically a disqualified person with respect to that account. What that means is that you cannot personally benefit from assets while they are held within your IRA. You cannot live in them, manage them, use them, or work on them. If your IRA owns a rental property, you cannot show up with tools and say that you're just helping out, even if you really are just helping. Absolutely no sweat equity allowed. I like to tell people, if you own an IRA rental property, you can't even go in and change a light bulb. So the next one, your spouse. For IRS purposes, your spouse is treated exactly the same as you. Anything you can't do, they can't do either. There's no trick or workaround where one spouse pretends to be completely uninvolved. That means no buying property from your spouse, no renting to your spouse, and no transactions that allow your spouse to benefit from IRA-owned assets. The same as before, your spouse cannot live in your IRA-owned property, use any assets owned by the IRA, manage any assets owned by the IRA, or work on them. Let's see, parents, children, grandchildren. Let's talk about family, specifically lineal descendants and ascendants. Think of this as straight up and down that family tree. This includes parents, grandparents, children, and grandchildren. If they're above you or below you on the family tree, they are disqualified people. The IRS wants to prevent indirect personal benefit, which means your IRA cannot loan money to your child or purchase property from your parents. And again, you can't buy a rental home and stick your mother-in-law in it. That is a prohibited transaction because they are disqualified persons. So let's see. This rule extends even further, though. The spouses of your parents, children, and grandchildren are also disqualified persons. That means sons-in-law, daughters-in-law are included. The IRS has already thought about indirect benefit through marriage. So this rule closes that door as well. Here's one that many, many people miss, and that's IRA beneficiaries. Anyone named as a beneficiary on your IRA is considered a disqualified person. So even though beneficiaries do not receive the account until later, they cannot engage in transactions with the IRA while the account owner is still alive. So no loans, no deals, no transactions that benefit a beneficiary today. So if you've decided to leave your IRA to your best friend, they are now a disqualified person, even though you are not related to them. Fiduciaries are another important category. If you're unfamiliar with that term, a fiduciary is a person or entity that has authority or responsibility to act on behalf of another and is required to act in their best interest when making decisions. This includes anyone with discretionary authority or control over IRA investments. If someone has the power to make decisions for the account, they cannot use that position for personal benefit. So, in simple terms, if you control the IRA, you cannot sell your own assets to it. So, what about entities owned or controlled by disqualified people? This one surprises a lot of people. If a corporation, LLC, partnership, or trust is owned or controlled by a disqualified person, that entity is also disqualified. The IRS looks at ownership and control, not just the name on the paperwork. So, if you own a business, your IRA generally cannot invest in it. What about service providers to the IRA? Service providers are also part of the disqualified person rules. Anyone providing services related to IRA assets is considered a disqualified person with respect to those services. That means you cannot pay yourself or another disqualified person to perform work on IRA-owned property. Your IRA is not allowed to hire you, even if you promise to give it a great deal. You also can't use your kids to mow the lawn of a property owned by your IRA. That's not going to work. So, who is not automatically a disqualified person? Let's clear up one common misconception. Siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, and friends are not automatically disqualified persons. However, transactions with these individuals must still be structured carefully and cannot involve indirect personal benefit or self-dealing. Not being a disqualified person does not mean no rules apply. So why do these rules matter? Why does all of this matter so much? Because the consequences of getting it wrong are serious. A prohibited transaction can cause the entire IRA to be treated as distributed as of the first day of the year in which the violation occurred. That can have serious consequences, including taxes, penalties, and even the potential disqualification of the entire IRA. Many prohibited transactions happen by accident, not because someone was trying to break the rules. That's why education is so important, especially when using a self-directed IRA. So, final reminder. Before entering into any self-directed IRA transaction, it is critical to consult with your CPA, financial advisor, or attorney to confirm compliance with IRS rules. If you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might be exploring self-directed IRAs. And if you have questions or want to see a specific topic covered, which is why we were talking about this today, drop a comment below. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.